Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going through one of the top decks in standard format, which is Gengar VMAX. Let's just jump into it. Gengar is a dark type VMAX, which means it hits Mew for weakness. Mew VMAX is the best and most popular deck in standard, so you automatically have a really big advantage against the number one deck. It has 320 HP, single strike Pokemon, and its first attack is Fear and Panic. It does 60 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon V and GX in play. An amazing attack against these big 2 and 3 prize decks that are stacking up all sorts of Pokemon V in play. And the second attack is really useful as well. G-Max Swallow Up. It does 250 damage. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. But we are going to be able to boost the damage of both of these attacks with one of our energy cards. I'll get to it later. Another potential attacker are Gengar V. Single strike Pokemon. It has the Pain Explosion attack, 190 damage. You put 3 damage counters on this Pokemon. This one's really good because that 190 times 2 is 380 if you're hitting for weakness. So just with a Gengar V, you are knocking out Mew VMAX and any other Pokemon that are weak to Dark, like Dragapult V and VMAX. So that's our main attacker. We are also playing one copy of Single Strike Urshifu V, and we're playing this just for a different type coverage. This one's fighting, so it hits Jolteon V, it hits other Gengar V Maxes, and this Impact Blow does 180 damage for 3 energy, and then it can't use Impact Blow during the next turn. But that's okay, because this will probably get knocked out, or we'll be able to retreat it and go back into the Single Strike Urshifu if we need to attack again. The reason that this deck works is because we play a 4/4 Houndoom line. So here's Houndour, and Houndoom has the Single Strike Roar ability. Once during your turn, you can search your deck for a Single Strike energy card and attach it to one of your Single Strike Pokemon. If you do this, you put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon, which isn't great, but the ability is insanely strong. Free energy acceleration, basically. And our single strike energies also, they provide fighting and dark, which means you can use them for Urshifu and for Gengar, but they also boost 20 damage per energy. So let's go back to that G-Max Swallow Up. It does 250. If you have 3 single strike energies on Gengar, which is very common, then you are hitting for 310 damage. You add a Choice Belt, that boosts it up to 340, and you're taking a one-shot on everything in the format. The rest of the deck is pretty standard. You'll notice we're playing 3 Path to the Peak to block abilities on Rulebox Pokemon, since Crobat's the only Rulebox ability we use. We're playing 3 Earn a Vitality to shuffle our single strike energy back into the deck, 4 Research, 4 Marnie, 3 Boss, and 4 copies of Hiding Dark Energy, which gives our Dark Pokemon free retreat. So that's the deck, and let's jump into some battles. We're going first, and we have a pretty good start. We could be up against Mew. I'm going to start the Gengar because I have this Hiding Dark Energy that if I'm worried that it's going to get knocked out, I can always retreat into something else. And we're playing against an Arceus deck, so let's bench both of our Houndours. We can VIP pass, go grab ourselves another Houndour and maybe that single strike Urshifu. And let's see what else is in the deck. So we're missing 1 Gengar V. We have all of our Houndooms. We have all of our V Maxes. Important other cards. We have 2 copies of Switch, 3 Urns of Vitality, 3 Path to the Peak. We are missing a couple Research, 1 Choice Belt, and that's about it. So we're doing pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and attach that Hiding Dark Energy. Actually, I'll attach the Single Strike because I'm not too concerned that this is going to be knocked out. So we can save the Hiding Dark Energy for if they boss up a Houndour, gives the Houndour free retreat. So let's see what they're doing on their turn. They are quick balling away the Pokegear and probably searching for another Pokemon V so that they can accelerate with Trinity Charge. That's going to be their ideal turn 1 going second. Just put more energy on the board. And they probably don't want to put too many Pokemon V in play, because then our GMAX Swallow Up is going to do, or sorry, our Fear and Panic is going to do quite a bit of damage. But they are playing Arceus Duraludon, so this is not an amazing matchup for us, because the Duraludon blocks all damage done by Pokemon with special energy attached, and we only play special energy. So let's see what we're able to do on this turn. This is rough, but they just attached a metal energy and passed. I'm gonna research, and I'm sad to lose those cards, but we're looking for a path to the peak here, as well as some way to evolve. But we're not gonna get the evolution, which is unfortunate. No need to quick ball since we can't bench anything right now. We'd love to get Gengar VMAX, but it's not gonna happen. And let's just Dark Slumber. So the reason that we're looking for that path to the peak is that if they evolve into Arceus V-Star, it prevents them from using their V-Star power unless... prevents them from using their V-Star power unless they're able to replace the stadium. So they do have the Duraludon VMAX. The only way we'll be able to hit that is with Path to the Peak in play. Fortunately, we do have all three of them, and it's going to be hard to one-shot a Duraludon, but it is possible. This is not great though, having double boss in hand after discarding a boss earlier. I would love to be able to do anything else, but possible we might just have to pitch both of them in order to search out our Houndooms and our Gengar VMAX. So let's see what we get. We do have a Houndoom, that's good. We need to evolve into the VMAX, otherwise this Gengar is going down. So I will Single Strike Roar. Let's put one on the Urshifu. We'll go ahead and Quick Ball, get rid of a boss, and see if there's anything we don't want in our deck. We don't want two Crobat since we're low on bench space anyway, so I'll take that, and then we can discard it with our Professor's Research. So let's go draw 7 cards. We get our second Path to the Peak, which is good. I'm going to evolve into Gengar, and right now we're doing 180 damage, which is more than enough for the knockout. They will be doing 220 back to us. So let's go ahead and attach this here, and then we'll keep the Path to the Peak in hand, because we need that in order to hit Duraludon VMAX. Research and research. We would really love to be able to get more Houndooms in play. GMAX Swallow Up can KO a Duraludon VMAX if I have 4 Single Strike energy attached. That would be 330. And if they do put a Big Charm on the Duraludon VMAX, then I can also attach my own Choice Belt to still take the KO. So it's possible for us to still get ahead in this matchup. We are going to be playing Path to the Peak, benching the other Gengar. We might Quick Ball for something to just thin the deck out. Oh, we draw the other path. I don't think I can, I don't think I can discard both paths, can I? Because then I just instantly lose. So I think we have to go for GMAX Swallow Up. Yeah, let's go ahead, Quick Ball the Research. Just get a Houndour. We won't ever need that 4th Houndour. We'll get that out of the hand. We're looking for one of these. We would love the 4th Single Strike. Ultra Balls are Houndooms. It would be great to draw any of those, but we don't have them right now. So let's see. We'll Path to the Peak. I guess I Single Strike Roar to the Urshifu. And I don't want to bench the... Actually, I'm fine with benching the Gengar because I can always bump a Houndour. I can't research, so we're just going to GMAX Swallow Up for 290. And so we need to hit 50 damage, 40 damage. Definitely possible. We can even do that with a Houndoom, actually, which is pretty nice. Let's see what they're able to get. Great. So they take the knockout, which is unfortunate, but the important part is that they don't have a counter to our stadium, which means this last path to the peak could potentially help us go all the way. I'm going to promote Houndoom, and I'm just going to Darkness Fang for the knockout, actually. So let's earn a Vitality, put those 2 Single Strike Energy back in the deck. I'm going to Ultra Ball and get rid of Houndour Switch. We'll go get a second Houndoom, and that way we can take the knockout, take 3 prizes this turn. So we will first Houndoom, put that on the active, second Houndoom, put the other energy there, and then next turn we can research because they will be taking the knockout and potentially replacing the stadium. So Darkness Fang, and we'll take our 3 prizes, see what we get. It would be great if we get the Choice Belt, if we get another Urn. The Gengar VMAX could work as well. But we'll see what our options are. If they don't replace this path to the peak, I think we are in a decent spot. We definitely have a lot more options that way. So they are going to Ultra Ball. They got rid of the Double Turbo and Arceus V-Star. Get another Arceus. So they're not going to bench that because if they did, we could just boss. So instead, they're putting it on the bottom of their deck, and then they're going to Marnie us. So our hand is was fine. This is a decent hand as well. I guess I promote the Houndour. On my turn, what I'm looking to do is go back into Darkness Fang. Yeah, so I'm gonna attach this here. Evolve into Houndoom. And I'm gonna... Oh, I can't Single Strike Roar, can I? Okay, then in that case, I will just Darkness Fang. So we put 90 damage on there. It means that if they're not able to replace the path to the peak, which they are, darn, now we have to draw a supporter. If they do take the knockout, which they just need 1 energy, so they probably will, I can earn those 2 energy back into the deck, put some on Urshifu, but I need to find that path to the peak. So they attach the Big Charm. That definitely makes things harder for us. Puts them up to 360, so we need to hit 270. Wow, 270. I don't know about that. How many bosses have they used? They have used no boss, which means that it's very likely they have one in hand right now. That means that if they do take the knockout here, they can just boss one of my Urshifu or Gengar V and take the win next turn. But they don't have it. That's amazing. That being said, there's nothing we can do here. So I guess I'll just Darkness Fang, but for 0 damage. We have the Urn. We have a Choice Belt, which is definitely helpful. That'll put us at 240 and 270, which is enough to get the knockout. But we need that path to the peak, and we know it's on the bottom of the deck, which is rather unfortunate. So they will Pokegear again, go ahead, get the research, and I'm not sure if they're going for the research or the boss. If they need an energy, yeah, the research seems like it is the right play. All right, so Gmax Pulverization, and this is it. This is the turn. If we hit the path to the peak, then we win the game. And we draw Marnie. Okay, this is great. So I'm going to earn a Vitality, put those Single Strike energies back into the deck. We will Single Strike Roar. And we're looking for 1 copy of Path to the Peak. It's going to be close. We also have 2 Cramomatics that could help us get there. So we need to put 1 there and put the second one there. Drop the Choice Belt and then Marnie. And let's see if we get it. Okay, we don't get it right away, but we do have the Cramomatic. So let's cram, throw away the VIP pass, and we got it. Amazing. So we'll path to the peak, retreat into Urshifu, and take the big knockout. So it is possible to beat Duraludon. Those path to the peaks really make all the difference in that matchup. And let's move on to our next game. So we're playing against a single strike mirror. So I'm going to start with Pramatic, get rid of the switch, and I guess we just want a battle VIP pass almost always off of the Cramomatic. So let's see what we have in deck. We have our Houndooms. We're going to want a single strike Urshifu. We have our Gengars. The reason we want Urshifu is they are hitting us for weakness with their own Urshifu. So we have our energy. We have our urns. Okay, so I think we're all set. So let's double Houndour. And actually, I mean, we don't need these cards. So let's go ahead, get rid of the switch, Urshifu. And then I'm just gonna Crobat. We'll go all in and try and draw into some energy is really what we're looking for, and outs to Houndoom. Okay, energy, that is a great start, and we will pass there. So next turn we have the second single strike energy. We have the research. I'm not going to bench either of these because I am worried about weakness. Benching the Gengar V is actually okay, so I could do that. Yeah, I think that would be fine. But overall, we want to keep this VMAX out of play unless we're taking a big knockout. On their turn, they have put the Tower of Darkness in play, which is great for us. It allows us to draw an extra 2 cards on our next turn if we discard a single strike card. We have a lot of those in the deck. What do they have? What do they have? So they have a Quick Ball. Go get themselves a Crobat. And because they played their own stadium, the path actually wouldn't have been effective. So I think it is okay in retrospect that we discarded it to get that Crobat. I also really like this hand with the energy, with the research. So let's see. They have another Quick Ball. I'm just gonna mute player. If you emote too much, I'm just gonna mute you. I don't need that. So they're getting rid of the research. Wrong art. Always got to go with Oak. Beautiful card. So cheap as well. In the real cards are like $1 or $2. It's ridiculous for a full art supporter. They're getting another Houndour, which is definitely what they want, and they are probably going to retreat with a Crobat. Oh gosh, that's not good. They have to discard Double Boss, which we love. Love that. Oh, and they get the VIP pass. Okay, nice job. So maybe a third Houndour and another Pokemon, and then you retreat into the Houndour. That way, if I bring up my Urshifu, then I'm only taking 1 prize and they can knock me out. It incentivizes me to attack with the Houndoom, which I think they are okay with because, well, yeah, they're okay with it. They just don't want to give up these 2 prizes. So they do have the Umbreon. That's really what's most important right now for them, because the Umbreon is going to be able to use Dark Signal to replace a boss's orders. So we would love to get a path to the peak down this turn, actually. And because this is a 2-price Pokemon in the active, I am totally fine with doing that with our own 2-price Pokemon. So let's see. We need to switch. Guess we could go for switch. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything else we want. We have lots of outs to Houndoom. So let's attach here, switch. I bench the Gengar. I'll bench the Gengar and then research. I just won't evolve the Gengar until absolutely necessary. Okay, and then we get the third single strike roar, or the third energy from the single strike roar, put it on the active. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Gengar, drop 2 cards. Ultra Ball, get rid of the 2 VIP pass and get another Houndoom. And so what we want to do with this one, put 1 energy onto the Gengar V, and that way if we get an Urn next turn, if we get an Urn next turn, we can take an easy knockout with GMAX Swallow Up, or we can attach, evolve, and take a knockout with Fear and Panic if they have enough Pokemon V in play. So we have an energy, we have a path, and the VMAX and a Marnie. That's a great hand. It's very possible they Marnie us out of this hand, but I think we're sitting pretty. All we're looking for is an Urn of Vitality. We have 1 in the discard, 2 in the deck. It would be great to find that off of a Crobat, off of a Marnie. I can't play Crobat because I'll need another attacker. So we'll have to bench a second Gengar after we attack with this one. On their turn, they're going to start, promote the Urshifu. It has the air balloon attached, which means it has free retreat. Evolve into Houndoom, and they have the pretty Houndoom, just like us. Evolve into second Houndoom. They definitely want to KO the active, which is fine for us. They are going to use the capture energy, though. And what are they bringing out? Maybe another attacker, another Urshifu? I think another Urshifu would be good. And so that means our Marnie is especially important. Just get them out of the prizes that they're about to take, as well as any other good cards they have in their hand. Oh, this is interesting. Are they going in with the Umbreon instead? Very interesting. I guess they want to save the Urshifu for when I respond with Gengar. But they are going to have 3 of these in play. Yeah, so that is 180, 200 because of the energy with Fear and Panic. So hitting 240. And we have the path, we have a boss, and a hiding energy. So we can quick ball for, oh man. I mean, we can get a Crobat. That's pretty much all that we can do, I think, because we need a VMAX. Maybe we don't boss's orders. Let's see. So they're taking 2 prizes here. They'll take 2 or 3 prizes here, and then they need 1 more knockout. So that's 3 knockouts starting now. 2 more knockouts after this. We're going to take 1 knockout. They'll respond, and then we need to respond before they do. Dark Signal, but they're not going to use it. Max Darkness, take the knockout, and we have to promote Gengar, which is unfortunate. But the nice part is that we drew another quick ball. So we need an Urn. We don't have any more of these in deck. So let's quick ball, go get ourselves a Crobat. We're looking for 2 Urns, and at that point, really, I am not sure. Do I go in with the Houndoom? Do I try and put them to sleep? I'm just not sure how I take. Oh, actually, if I KO this, I'm down to 1 prize, which means I can go in with Houndoom. Okay, so we're definitely going for Crobat in that case. And because I need an Urn, this does not need to be on the active. If I don't hit the Urn, I basically lose anyway. So I'm going to put the Hiding Dark here, then bench the Crobat, draw 4. Let's Ultra Ball, get rid of a boss path, and go grab ourselves a Houndoom. No, the VMAX. What am I saying? Go get the VMAX. And then we're just looking for the Urn off of 5 cards. We play the path. No, the path doesn't matter. Let's Marnie, because that can help us get extra cards. Okay, so we found the urn. That's what we needed. And we found a Houndoom. That's perfect. So we'll evolve into our last Houndoom. Let's earn a Vitality, put those 2 energy back in the deck. And how much? We need 270. 270. Let's see. We're doing 180, 200, 220, 250. So that is not enough, which means that we need to go for the GMAX Swallow Up. Or if you're in Panic, now it's doing 180 plus 60 is 240, 270. Okay, so we are getting a knockout now, which means I can actually just attach the choice belt there, maybe attach a choice belt here, and then Fear and Panic for the knockout. So we're going down to 1 prize, and that means that this coming turn we are looking for ideally Boss to bring up Houndour and KO it with Houndoom. Or I guess we could always bench a Gengar and KO with the Gengar's attack Pain Explosion, but we definitely need, we can KO with Pain Explosion, but we definitely need to find that last urn. So as I'm thinking about it more, I think the play is for us to cram away whatever we draw. Hopefully it's an item and we can cram for the final urn of Vitality, shuffle our energy back into the deck. And then we're looking for the Gengar V to do 190 damage with its attack. Alternatively, how much can I do with this Houndoom? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 120, 160. So I'm still 60 damage short. So I cannot KO with this Houndoom. That's okay. We are going for the Gengar or bust. We can do it. They'll be taking the knockout, going down to 1 prize as well. That does mean that they can't use Impact Blow during their next turn. So we don't want to boss unless we're definitely taking the KO, because it means they'll have to retreat and then switch, which the deck does play a couple switch. They've used 1 out of the 2 to 3 switch that they play. Oh, they're evolving into the VMAX. That definitely makes it harder. I'm not sure that we can. 190 plus 40 is 230, 270. Yeah, I think we just lose. Let's get rid of that. Draw some more cards. Quick Ball, get rid of the Marnie. Go grab ourselves the Gengar. So we are gonna earn these back into the deck. And I think at this point we have lost. There's nothing we can do. But I guess we go for the Marnie anyway. Yeah, we just have to hope they don't have any energy. So Marnie's fine. Oh, I should have single strike roared. That was a pretty big mistake actually, because I could have drawn into those energy. That's okay. We weren't punished for it, so no harm, no foul. And we'll retreat. We'll hit our damage, and then we lose to the beatdown on their turn. So that is the game. That was a close one. We were unable to overcome the weakness, and we had to bench 2 Crobats, which we didn't love doing. We're starting Gengar. We have the energy, we have the VMAX. We're up against Rapid Strike Urshifu V. This is a very bad matchup for us. But let's attach that Hiding Dark energy. And we're going to need to Crobat next turn. But we can attach the second Hiding Dark, evolve into Fear and Panic. So I think I'm just going to hold my hand here. Next turn, we'll attach the energy, evolve, Quick Ball away either the boss or the switch, and then Crobat for 4 cards. All we need to do at that point is hit the Houndoom, and we can take a knockout on their Rapid Strike Urshifu. If they use Strafe, then we don't have it, but we also do have Boss in hand, so if they only are able to power up one Rapid Strike Urshifu, then we can take the knockout no matter where it is, as long as we hit the Houndoom off of our Crobat. They are going to start with a Quick Ball, get rid of an Ultra Ball, and let's see what they go for. They definitely want to set up a couple Sobbles and the Octillery as well. Oh, they're going to Marnie us out of this amazing hand. That's too bad. But they are benching the Moltres, which means this is the dark version. It's Rapid Strike Urshifu with a dark box. And this one is... I mean, I suppose it's about the same, maybe even slightly better of a matchup than normal Rapid Strike Urshifu because we are able to take easier knockouts. So we'll definitely bench the other Houndour. With Fear and Panic, we're doing 180, 200. So, I guess I attach this here. Then we Quick Ball away the Hiding Dark and go grab ourselves a Crobat. That's our only Crobat. We have all of our Houndooms. We have one more Gengar V and all of our VMAXs. We have 2 Urns, 2 Path, 2 Boss, 3 Boss, both our Choice Belts, and all of our energy. So that's pretty good. We're keeping this Ultra Ball in hand so that we can get access to the VMAX, to the Houndoom. No matter what it is we draw into, we have something. And we did not draw into much here. So I'm going to go ahead, Ultra Ball, get rid of the Cramomatic and the Single Strike Energy. So now that we have the Choice Belt, 180, 200, 230. So yeah, I'm going to get rid of the Single Strike Energy, go grab ourselves another Gengar. Or do we just take the rep? I'm going to take Gengar because the GMAX Swallow Up gives us the option for a big knockout. And I should have gone for the VMAX. That was actually a big mistake on my part. That's okay. We'll put that active and then Marnie. We hit the VMAX anyway, so never punished. But let's evolve up into that, and then we can take the KO with Fear and Panic. That's a pretty good turn for us. They don't have any energy on the bench, which means that it is going to take a bit of work to get a KO with Rapid Strike Urshifu. And because they're promoting it, that means that almost certainly they are not taking a KO with Rapid Strike Urshifu. Our Gengar is lasting at least one more turn, which means GMAX Swallow Up, which is currently doing 250, 280, and then 300 with the energy. That we just need 2 more of our Single Strike Energy on that Gengar, and we're taking a one-shot on an Urshifu VMAX, which is huge. That means all we need to do after that is KO one Sobble or Drizzile, and we have the game. So on our turn, we want to Quick Ball, get rid of this Battle VIP Pass, go grab maybe the other attacker Urshifu V. I'm not sure we want to bench triple Gengar. I don't see there's much point to it. We also might want the Houndour. Yeah, we could go get another Houndour because if they do Gmax Rapid Flow and get rid of these two, it does mean... Oh, they benched another V. I mean, I guess they had to, right? But that feels bad. So now they're up to 240, 270, 290. So I need 40 more damage to take a knockout on the Rapid Strike Urshifu with Fear and Panic. So same deal, both times. So they hit us with the Marnie. That's unfortunate. I really liked this hand. We had the Quick Ball, Marnie, Path to the Peak, but they're not going to do anything. That's wild. Okay, so Quick Ball the VIP Pass. Let's go grab a Houndour. Yeah, and the reason we're taking it out of the deck is that we want to draw into our big... our Houndooms and our Single Strike Energy. So I'm not going to attach the Hiding Dark because I want 40 more damage from our single strike energies. And we got exactly that. So try attach here. And Houndoom, what are we at? Let's Houndoom first. So we're at 250, 250, 270, 290, 320, 340. Is it the same with Fear and Panic? 240, 270, 290, 310, 330. So I can take a knockout with Fear and Panic, which is pretty amazing. If for some reason they're not able to get a knockout on this Gengar VMAX, then on our following turn we can just Gmax Swallow Up for the game. They also don't have any abilities because of Path to the Peak, which means they can't Moltres and they can't bench another Crobat V if they need to draw more cards. So I'd say we are in a very winning spot against what probably is not a good matchup. If they're using Gale Thrust, they're doing 300 damage to a Gengar VMAX, and there's just very little we can do to come back from that. But they have the Drizzile. Let's see what they're able to do. Hopefully not Marnie, but I expect they probably are going to be going for, maybe not. I stand corrected. They're going for the research, which means that we have the game. We have Urn and Boss in hand, which means we can take a KO with Houndoom on that Sobble. We can take a KO with Gengar V on that Sobble. Escape Rope. I guess we Escape Rope into this. So I have the switch, and I also don't care what they kill, because if they're not killing the Gengar, then there's nothing they can do to win. So that's a pretty confusing play to me. I'm not sure why you Escape Rope there, unless there really is just no other switch out. Maybe you're out of balloons, you don't play any hard switch, only Escape Rope. But they're gonna big shady dealings, Inteleon. We'll see what they get. Did they evolve before they moved up? Let's see. Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX became the active Pokemon. So one interaction that is a little unfortunate is that Gale Thrust, it says if this Pokemon moved from your bench to the active spot this turn, it does 120 more damage. If you move the basic Urshifu V to the active and then evolve, this Pokemon did not move to the active, and so you only do 30 from Gale Thrust. But let's Gmax Swallow Up for the game. Cool. So there's a quick win with Gengar against what should be a bad matchup, but just with the power that you have to take huge one-shots on VMAXs, anything's possible. Let's take one last look at the deck list. So Gengar VMAX coming in clutch with the Fear and Panic with the Gmax Swallow Up. It does a ton of damage, no matter what you're up against, unless it is a single prize deck, in which case feel free to go in with Houndooms. That Darkness Fang takes a knockout on a lot of small HP or evolving basics. This single strike Urshifu V helps us hit a different type and have a different weakness. In terms of changes to the list, I could definitely see you wanting to go up to 4 VIP Pass just to make sure you're more likely to hit it in the opening turns. 4 Cram-O-Matic could be fine as well, but I'm not a huge fan of flip cards, so I wouldn't do that myself. 4 Ultra Ball would definitely be good. Get the VMAXs, get the Houndooms, get Crobats. And I'd say the main problem with this deck, besides that fighting weakness, is that you're just a bit inconsistent compared to some of the other top decks. Things like Inteleon Engines, Genesect V, they all have the ability to draw tons of cards or get the specific cards they need that turn. And with us, we are just hoping to draw into things with Research, Marnie, and Crobat. So I could also see you adding in some Pokegears to this list. Let's show that quickly. Poke, if I can spell it. Pokegear, which lets you search out supporters from the top of your deck, might make you a little less reliant on Crobat, but overall, this is an incredibly strong deck. Definitely one of our top contenders in the standard format right now. In part because of that dark typing, it allows you to hit Mew VMAX for weakness, and when you take a good matchup against the best deck in the format, you're in a good spot. Thank you so much for joining. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. It makes a huge difference for me. I'm just doing these videos for fun, but I would love for them to reach more people. And thank you again. So I will catch you next time.